Greetings from South Korea. I am Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news-making headlines today. South Korea and the U.S. announced on Friday their joint fact sheet on trade and security, following the summit between Lee Jae-myung and Donald Trump 2 weeks ago. Announcing the agreement, President Lee said the biggest variables in Korea's economy and security have been resolved. He added that the previously agreed-upon investments worth $350 billion will be made in projects that are commercially reasonable. The allies have also agreed to cooperate on South Korea building nuclear-powered submarines, which requires U.S. support under the current bilateral nuclear energy agreement. Making the joint fact sheet release public. President Lee Jae-myung said South Korea and the U.S. reached a shared understanding on Korea's construction of nuclear-powered submarines, an essential strategic asset sought for decades. Calling it a meaningful step in national security, he added that South Korea also secured the U.S. government's support in expanding the rights related to uranium enrichment and spent nuclear fuel reprocessing. Two countries reaffirmed the U.S. firm commitment to the stationing of the USFK and to extended deterrence as well. For this, South Korea agreed to provide support worth $33 billion to the USFK and boost cooperation with the U.S. through consultation mechanisms, including the Nuclear Consultative Group, to boost the country's own defense capabilities. South Korea is to increase its defense spending to 3.5% of GDP and spend $25 billion on U.S. military equipment purchases by 2030. President Lee Jae-myung is set for his longest overseas trip since taking office, a 10-day, four-nation tour that begins Monday. The president will attend a 2-day G20 Leaders Summit in South Africa, where members will discuss solidarity, equality, and sustainability. Before and after the G20 summit, he will visit 3 Middle Eastern nations: the UAE, Egypt, and Turkey. His first stop will be the United Arab Emirates for a state visit. He will then travel to Egypt, marking the 30th anniversary of diplomatic ties between the two countries. For his last stop, following the G20 summit in South Africa, President Lee will make a state visit to Turkey. Foreign investors continued a trend of net purchasing of South Korean stocks for the 6th consecutive month in October. According to a report from the Financial Supervisory Service on Friday, foreigners net bought 4.205 trillion won, or around $2.88 billion worth of listed stocks last month. However, they net withdrew 178 billion won worth of listed bonds, marking a switch to net withdrawal after just 1 month. By region, the UK and Ireland led the net purchasing of stocks, while the US and Kuwait were net sellers. In the bond market, Europe showed net investment, while Asia and the Middle East registered net withdrawal. By type, there was net investment in government bonds and net withdrawal in special bonds. K-pop girl group NewJeans has decided not to appeal a trial verdict confirming the validity of its exclusive contract with the ADOR agency. The deadline for all 5 members to file an appeal was 12 a.m. on Friday, but no appeal was submitted. As a result, all members are now officially recognized as part of ADOR, bringing the group's year-long legal dispute to an end. Last month, the Seoul Central District Court's Civil Agreement Division 41 ruled in favor of ADOR, determining that the exclusive contracts with all 5 members remain valid. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.